Hello and welcome. Today's nutrition education is going to be about how to avoid the lunchbox blues. Parents, I know you can often be frustrated by trying to provide a healthy homemade lunch that your kids actually want to eat. So I've got a few tips and tricks for you that should make this a lot easier and more exciting for your child. I first want to start out by saying that you're going to need to make a few changes. The first one I suggest is pre-planning. This is the most important part of how to make a healthy snack and lunch really easy. So, first, what I want you to do is go shopping on the weekends. Get everything you're going to need for the entire week and then prepare it. That's the second part. If you get fruit and vegetables, cut them up on Sunday. It takes about half an hour out of your day, and then you've got things to quickly add to your lunchbox that you'll feel happy about giving your child. With that said, there are a few materials you're going to need in your child's lunchbox to be able to do this. The first thing is a small thermos. When you purchase a thermos, there's a few things you want to keep in mind. Will it fit in your lunchbox? How tightly does it close? You don't want it dripping all over your student's backpack. And also you want to pay attention to how long it stays hot or cold. So this one, for example, stays hot for 5 hours. This will absolutely get your child to their lunch time and still have hot food in it. The next thing you're going to need is a multi-compartment Tupperware. These come in all different shapes and sizes, so you can absolutely purchase the one that best suits your needs. The one I've got here latches into a small square. It's got 2 compartments over here and then a larger compartment right here. Nothing touches other foods, and that way you can keep in mind portion sizes and also to include multiple food groups in your child's lunch. To get started, we're going to talk about this thermos. Most people think a thermos is just for soup, but in your case, it can go above and beyond that quite a bit. My favorite thing to recommend is to use it for leftovers. So if you've had a meal the night before that your child really enjoyed, the easiest thing to do is to reheat it in the morning and put it in the thermos. Things that work really well for this are spaghetti and meatballs with a little side of Parmesan cheese maybe, or a chicken and rice casserole with broccoli maybe. We make that a lot at my house, and that heats up really well in the morning, and it takes up very little time for you when you're packing the lunch. The other thing that's really great for children is to make their food creative, and you can do this in a few really easy ways. One of them is a recipe I'm going to share with you right now, and that is a pita pocket pizza. So what I did was I took one whole wheat pita pocket and I quartered it. These are a really good size for a child's hand, and they fit really well in the lunchbox. So this pocket opens right up, and they can go right into the big compartment. In addition, you could add cheese and pepperoni or whatever your child likes to put in their pizza right in that big compartment. The next thing you can do is either heat up the sauce and put it in a thermos, or you could just put it in another small Tupperware, and that way all you need to do is send your child to school with a plastic spoon and probably a few extra napkins, and they can build themselves a personal pizza. By deconstructing, one, you can pack your lunches the night before without them getting soggy like a sandwich, and two, it lets your child be independent and make the food that they want to eat. The next thing we're going to talk about is side dishes, and that's what these 2 compartments here are for. Ideally, you'd like to get a fruit and a vegetable in with lunch every day. One really easy way to do that is to make a dipping sauce that you feel good about giving and that your child really loves. So first, let's talk about fruit. If you've cut up your fruit ahead of time, like we mentioned before, you can just pour it right into the side. Another thing you could do is make fruit skewers on toothpicks. Those are really fun to eat. The next thing you can do is make a fruit dipping sauce. The easiest way to do that is to take some non-fat Greek yogurt and some vanilla instant pudding mix. All you have to do is mix it together, about a 16-ounce container to 1 package of pudding mix, but you can adapt for how much sugar you feel comfortable providing. Again, using a small amount of this dip and having some fruit is better than having your child eat no fruit. So you can just take some of that dip and put it right in the compartment with the fruit. You can do the same exact thing with your vegetables. So you've cut up some red peppers here, for example. And you can put a little serving into to the other side of the compartment and make a similar dip out of Greek yogurt, non-fat, and perhaps a ranch spice packet. And that way you're getting a little bit more bang for your buck with the dipping sauce, and your child is more likely to eat that vegetable. So that all closes up right here, and you've got your lunch, you've got your food groups, you've got your dipping sauce, and you've got something your child is really excited to eat. The possibilities here are really endless. You just have to get a little creative. Those are all the tips we have for you today. Thanks for listening. My name's Alyssa.